What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're just gonna be hanging out, we're gonna be talking a little bit, so more of a vloggity vlog kind of style video here, nothing too crazy. But continuing on kind of the bad news, I mean, my last video was all about the possible eco boom with the car, unfortunately, with the negative ignition correction and all that. I do have an update there, which I'll give you in just a minute. But I also found, as I was filming that video, that the front end of the car is full of dents.
Oh, hell no!
And it doesn't stop there. I found some on the roof and on the tail there, the tailgate, the trunk lid. I can't believe it. So I don't know if this came from when I was on that road trip down to Florida for the Danger Ranger 9000. I was looking over the car after cleaning it. I'm like, hey, there's a dent right there. There's another, and there's another, and another, and another, and another. So I have to get it fixed, but they're kind of tough to see. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're tough to see. So I wasn't really catching them as I was cleaning it at the car wash in the last video, but I found them and it's kind of a disappointment. So what I'm gonna do is actually take the car outside. We're gonna take it across the street. I'm gonna take it for a little cruise here and we're going to show you what has happened to the little EcoBoost. Sad day. In we go. Got the dingy dingers. All right, success. And now we just wait 30-40 minutes for the idle to come down and we'll be on our way. Actually, this might be a perfect time while the idle comes down here to tell you that I have a new revision from Ryan at PD Tuning on the car right now. This is my revision 5. I had to think about that for a second because it's all blending together at this point in time. But I have revision 5 on the car right now. I haven't even drove it. This is my first time kind of driving it. I'm not gonna do any data logs or anything like that today. It did rain today, so the road is pretty wet. But I did speak with Ryan about the negative ignition correction. And after the last video, this is kind of interesting. After that last video where I wasn't getting any negative ignition correction, sure enough, I turn the camera off and I do a proper pull data log, you know, send it to Ryan, that whole deal. I do the pull and at full throttle, I was getting negative ignition correction, negative 1 point something on cylinder 1. Now, I was pretty concerned about this at first because to my understanding, negative ignition correction is okay in a sense if you're not under full throttle, you know, like if you're just cruising around. He says that, you know, it's gonna happen and it's normal essentially. So not to worry about it too much when you're just driving casually, part throttle stuff, don't worry about it. Full throttle, that's another story, that's not so good. However, he reviewed the data logs and got back to me and he said that, Tyler, we're still in the clear here. That negative ignition correction was at a shift point. And at a shift point, he says it like resets some of the tables of something and something else. And past my head, you know, past my experience, I have no idea what he's talking about. But basically, he said it's okay and to not be worried about it. So I just want to relay that to you guys because I know the whole eco boom thing is a pretty big, you know, topic of discussion for a lot of us, you know, that are running these cars and that tune them and push them a little bit. You know, it's always in the back of your mind, you know, you just gotta be aware of it. So, good news is he's adjusting the ignition timing on this revision, revision 5. And we'll get to play around with that in a future video here. And I wanna make something really cool for you guys, but that's kind of the update for the car right now as far as the negative ignition correction. We will see if that continues or if, you know, this revision or maybe the next completely solves that issue. So cross your fingers, we'll be good to go. And 45 minutes later, the RPMs have come down and it's idling nicely. So I'm going to back up, try not to hit my wife's Jetta here as we back up, and I'll meet you at our undisclosed other location to talk to you guys about the rest of the car and show you the dents. So give me a minute. Okay, we are to the parking lot location here where I can show you in the light some of these dings. But let's get on the outside of the car and hopefully we can see those spots on camera, or at least you guys can. I guess if you can't, I mean, that's good, you know, but I'm sure you'll see. So let's go. All right, guys, so on the outside of the car here now, obviously, you know, from a distance here, you really can't tell. You gotta kind of play with the light, but we got one right here, unfortunately. Let's see if you can see that. And then we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's over 10 little, you know, spots here, 10 little marks on the hood. There's one right there in the crease. I don't know if you guys are able to even see that on camera here, but there's over 10, 11, 12 of them on the hood. And I was like, man, it literally looks like there was like a small hailstorm or something. But, you know, I was driving through Florida and staying in Florida. There was rain, but I really don't think there was hail. So I don't know. I mean, it could have been rocks that came up and got us there, but they're small, but they're annoying. And I don't know, that type of thing irks me. But moving on. And we got one in the center for sure. 2, if you can see that, probably not. But then we go to the side panels here, or the fenders, excuse me, the fender bulges. And we got a nice one right here, you know. I'm putting all my dents on display for you guys, but you know, a lot of YouTubers would be like, yeah, you know, my car's perfect. I don't want to show you any of the problems, but not this guy. Anyways, there's one here, and I believe there was another one. Yeah, there's a little one right here. You know, the little one, I guess I can care less about, but I do have another one here on the trunk. There you go. There's a shot of that, which that one sucks. So that's gonna have to be fixed for sure. I got another one up here. Where was it? Right here, and here, and here. So 3 of them right in that general area. And yeah, guys, you have to look for them here, you know, like there's a bigger one right there. You gotta look for them a little bit, but unfortunately my eye is just so, like, I'm kind of particular with this stuff, obviously. And once you see it, I can't unsee it. So every time I'm looking, I'm like, oh, there's a dent, there's a dent, there's a dent, you know, and it's just unfortunate. So, like I said, I don't really know what happened here. If it was, I don't know, rocks that came up from a semi-truck or something in front of me, but it's kind of weird that they're on the trunk as well. If that was the case, I could see that being the case for the front end and maybe the roof, but I don't know, the trunk, I guess, maybe. But at first I thought hail, but I don't know. I don't think there was any hail. I wasn't outside to hear it or feel it or whatever, so I don't know. But and this car is not like a show car. Like the paint on this car is not great. It's not perfect. It looks great from like 5-6 feet away. Little spots where I've had to touch up and things like that, you know, so it's not a show car. But these type of dents where I can blatantly count like 10 of them at a shot on the hood alone, like, I gotta get it fixed. So if you guys know of anyone in the northern Georgia area that could do something like this and fix this thing up, let me know, because it's definitely on my list of things to do. And I wanna make sure I get it fixed properly. That's not something that I really want to attempt, because I'm just not experienced with removing dents and stuff. I'd probably make it worse, and we don't want that. Now, hopefully this is the last like negative video I have to make of sorts on the car. I know we had the whole EcoBoom thing, like I said in the last video. This one, it's tons of dents, and that sucks. So hopefully the next video is something more fun and enjoyable for everybody, including myself, to make. This is the stuff that, you know, I want to show you as well, because it doesn't always go to plan. Stuff happens with, you know, people's cars and things, and it's just life, unfortunately. If you would have asked me that, like, when I saw all that, I probably would have gave you a different answer. I was a little bit more upset, but I've had time to process it. So, moving on. And the last thing here, guys, before I wrap this video up, like I said, this is a pretty laid-back video. There's not a whole lot of crazy editing in this one, but I did want to show you the dents. I wanted to talk to you about the negative ignition correction, And I also wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts are. I had the idea of possibly going with some GT brake calipers, some used ones, painting those up, installing them on the car, because you know, we're adding the power. We got the E30 tune almost nailed down here. We're pretty close, and it's making significantly more torque, more power, and in my mind, I think, okay, what's next? Brakes, probably suspension stuff. So, you know, if I keep the car for a while, I would probably do like shocks, struts and shocks then on the car, since these are just stock. But I was thinking, you know, something fairly inexpensive would be GT calipers we could throw on here and improve the braking performance a bit, and they look of a heck of a lot better than the stock units do. So let me know down below if you guys think maybe the GT calipers would be good on the car, and if you have done it to your EcoBoost, you know, what's the difference there? You know, is there a big difference between these stock 2 pistons versus the 4 pistons? I would have to imagine there is, but that's just something I wanted to run past you guys. And honestly, with all this 2024 Mustang talk and everything like that, it's got me thinking here, guys. It's got me turning some wheels here that we might have to get one of those on the channel at some point in time. So I don't know, that topic's for another video, but I'm just thinking. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything. Leave it in the comment section down below. And as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching the videos. If you liked it, hit that like button, let me know. And if you want to come back for more, please hit the subscribe button. That helps me out a ton. And if you guys have a great day, we'll see you in the next upload. Bye.